This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. But first, today's sponsor is waitsigns.com. You're constantly looking for ways to bring the magic of the parks back to your home after your vacation. Maybe you check ride wait times at home, or do you watch the resort TV and listen to park music on repeat? Well, I do the latter there. Well, waitsigns.com just released their brand new wait time display, which recreates the nostalgia of the Disney Resort Hotel experience in your own home. And when you turn on the device, you're greeted by a personalized welcome message, just like when you check in. And you could tap on over to your very own resort channel, which displays actual park hours and special event times. Well, we're already on the hours. I'm going to switch. I was just at Disneyland this weekend. I'm going to switch back to Disneyland. So whether you're going East Coast or West Coast, doesn't matter. You could switch between them. Disneyland today, 8 to 12. And just like their fully working wait time signs that we showed you a few shows ago, these wait time displays show the actual live wait times for your favorite rides. You even park hop on the monorail to see even more times with just a tap. I'm going to go over to parks. We're at Magic Kingdom. I want to change parks, though. I'm going to go to California. Let's see how bad Disneyland is today, actually, because it was terrible over the weekend. It was very crowded, as you might imagine, being the start of the holidays and more. 40 minutes for Alice in Wonderland. Oh, boy. There's also a fully customized vacation countdown fireworks show to get you excited for your next trip. Perhaps the coolest is that you get to watch a live stream of the Orlando skyline along with those Disney theme park fireworks from Magic Kingdom and EPCOT in real time. It's like having your own window looking out onto the parks. These are a great gift for the Disney Parks fan in your life who already owns everything, you know, like me. So head on over to waitsigns.com, use code NEWS15 for 15% off your order today. It also works on their Magic Band readers as well. I'm going to slide that over there so we can bring you the news. And here now the news for Mickey's birthday, November 18th, 2024. Disney Parks composer George Wilkins passed away on November 9th, 2024 at the age of 90. Wilkins started his music career in the 1950s as a backup vocalist and arranger for Patti Page. He co-founded the Doodletown Pipers vocal group. Wilkins then joined Disney in 1979 as the protege to composer Buddy Baker, who was in charge of composing the music for Epcot Center at that time. Wilkins got started by arranging the music for the Kitchen Cabaret and the Symphony of the Seeds song, which would be in the Listen to the Land attraction, the precursor to Living with the Land. And when Baker was called away to compose the score for The Fox and the Hound, Wilkins became the music director for Epcot Center in 1981. Wilkins would go on to arrange music for The World of Motion, including the song It's Fun to Be Free. He also did the background music for Journey into Imagination and the electronic philharmonic music for ImageWorks. He composed the ride and area music for Horizons, including the song New Horizons. He arranged Golden Dreams for the park's entrance music and later composed the new version for the American Adventure. And staying on as a composer and a music director with Walt Disney Imagineering after Epcot Center, Wilkins composed the music for We've Come So Far, the famous Star Tunnel music of Space Mountain at the Magic Kingdom, which still plays today. He also arranged tracks for the Country Bear Christmas Special, which opened at the Magic Kingdom and Disneyland Park back in 1984 and is currently running at Tokyo Disneyland. He also arranged music for their summer overlay, the Country Bear Vacation Hoedown. He arranged the Great Movie Ride, the Muppet Vision 3D Queue, Le Pays de Conifay, which is Storybook Land canal boats in Paris, the 1993 and current version of Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, the Enchanted Tiki Room under new management, and Pooh's Honey Hunt at Tokyo Disneyland. He also, I know this is going to excite a number of people, he was the composer for the songs for Sonny Eclipse and Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. He also composed music for The Living Seas, Living with the Land, It's Tough to Be a Bug, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Test Track, California Screamin', Superstar Limo, and Journey into Imagination with Figment. His final project was arranging It's a Small World for Hong Kong Disneyland in 2008, the last version of that ride to ever open. He then retired from Disney, but George, sadly, no longer with us. What's funny is this week I'm about to announce formally our next event, and our next event definitely pays homage to George, and we'd like to dedicate said event to him. So I'm going to talk about this now. We are going to be celebrating 50 years of Space Mountain around the world and 30 years of Walt Disney World's new Tomorrowland. The official website for this event is spacemountain50.com. It's taking place January 15th through the 18th, 2025, and it is called Promising Tomorrows. That song we've come so far is also known as Promising Tomorrows. So in honor of George Wilkins, we've named our event Promising Tomorrows, celebrating a legacy of reinventing the Tomorrowlands all around the Disney world, from a high-speed rocket ride through the dark of space to an encounter with a terrifying alien creature. The event will be highlighted by a meet and greet and autograph signing with former Imagineers, as well as a full day of panels and presentations revealing never-before-seen art and untold stories from the creation of Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, the People Mover, the extraterrestrial alien encounter, Timekeeper, Sonny Eclipse, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and every single space mountain around the world. I'll give you a look at our tentative schedule. It'll begin with, this is free to attend on Wednesday, January 15th. You can meet us at Magic Kingdom to commemorate the anniversary. We'll ride Space Mountain and enjoy the Carousel of Progress and more. On Thursday, January 16th, we'll have a special edition of WDW News Tonight, which you can attend in person or watch on the WWNT TV channel. Then Friday, January 17th in the evening will be that meet and greet and signing event with our special guests. And on Saturday, January 18th, will be a full day of panels and presentations right here at WDWNT Celebration. This is an exciting event for us because we've never done one that's not focused on a single park. And so this is a celebration of reinventing Tomorrowland as Tomorrowland progressed from being kind of like an early version of Epcot Center, a World's Fair of sorts, into more this fun exploration of sci-fi, which began 50 years ago with Space Mountain and has progressed all the way to now, where paved by that new Tomorrowland in the 1990s. But an incredible guest list. We're not going to announce it just yet, but there will be a presentation with several of the wonderful people who worked on the original Space Mountain 50 years ago, who are still with us, talking about their part in the project. We are going to have Tim Delaney, who led the charge on the Space Mountain for Disneyland Paris, de la Terre à la Lune. He's going to do a whole presentation on that as well. He also did the Hong Kong Disneyland version, so we'll talk about that in a presentation. And then we're very excited to have presentations about the extraterrestrial alien encounter and much, much more. And I've been told, I won't say who said this yet, but the former Imagineer who will be presenting on Alien Encounter, to paraphrase what he wrote to us in an email, there's a lot of misconceptions about what went right and wrong with Alien Encounter out there, and he is going to set the record straight at this event. So stay tuned for more information, but streaming tickets are available now. They're at a discounted price until December 15th, and as well, we have in-person tickets on sale where you can join us for just the meet and greet or for the full event if you'd like, again, at spacemountain50.com. All proceeds, as always with our events, will go to charity. In this case, we'll be going to Give Kids the World Village, which is a great cause right here in the Orlando area. So stay tuned to that. I felt it was appropriate to announce it here because I have always been mesmerized. You walk into Space Mountain in Florida, and there's that beautiful piece of music when you go down the steps in that first part of the queue. And then it becomes the Star Tunnel, which of course is one of the most legendary tracks in the Disney parks. Those are both George Wilkins. And what's amazing is I never knew, because I was too young at the time, I kind of missed when this happened, that music has lyrics. And it's this really cool song called Promising Tomorrows, or We've Come So Far. And I've always loved that. That was like my nerdiest Disney parks fan moment when I found that existed. And I listened to that a million times and I love it. And so it was kind of like, I'm like, I want to name the event something that means something to me. And I think Promising Tomorrows is a beautiful name. And it just, it so happens that George, we knew George was not doing well, and I thought it was a fitting homage. And sadly, George just passed away, and we'd love to dedicate this event to him and the legacy that he will leave forever in that Star Tunnel. Obviously, he had an incredible list of music, but Space Mountain is one of those things like Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion that is, it's up here and it's untouchable. It is something that began in the head of Walt Disney and then eventually was carried out by some incredibly talented and imaginative people. And George's music plays such a role in the character of that legendary attraction that is such a huge part of American, not only even just American pop culture now, but worldwide popular culture. Everyone in the world, people that have never been to a Disney park know what Space Mountain is. So this is a very important anniversary. It should be a wonderful event, and we hope you'll join us. Again, register now at spacemountain50.com. Discounts for WIGS members, of course. Lightning Lane Premier Pass has sold out for the first time at Walt Disney World for both the Magic Kingdom and Disney's Hollywood Studios on November 25th. That makes sense. Those are the only two parks I think you should get them for if you're in the market. November 25th is the furthest ahead. Walt Disney World Resort guests can currently purchase Lightning Lane Premier Pass as of recording. It's the Monday before Thanksgiving, and we expect more sellouts in the days following and in late December. Lightning Lane Premier Pass for Magic Kingdom on November 25th was $379. The Hollywood Studios Premier Pass was $309. Lightning Lane Premier Pass will reach its peak pricing on Thanksgiving, November 28th. Pricing varies based on date and demand. Lightning Lane Premier Pass is currently only in a pilot period. It's available only to guests staying at Disney Deluxe Resorts, Deluxe Villa Resorts, and other select hotels. Guests can purchase Premier Passes up to 7 days before the first day of their vacation. At Walt Disney World, the Premier Pass grants access to every Lightning Lane at a single park in one day and once each ride. It covers both parks at Disneyland Resort, of course, and after purchasing at Walt Disney World, guests can change the pass to a different park, but they will not be refunded the difference. It's worth noting. I want to talk about this because everybody, when we did the video, people are like, no one's going to buy this. And my argument in the video is people are absolutely going to buy this, and there you go. The thing has barely been available. I don't know how much marketing was done other than myself and a few other YouTubers going out there and trying it, but people could not wait. People could not wait to know that they're going to go Thanksgiving week and they'll get to see everything they want in the park. It is a high price point. In a vacation budget, it is not an unreasonable price point, and the market is proving that. And there it is. So we already got our proof of it. If you want to see us try it, the video is still here on the channel. We also have one I tried it at Disneyland. Both of those videos worth a watch. Even if you're just morbidly curious, even if you're not in the market, I think they're a fun watch. Watch me point out maintenance problems. Disney Vacation Club released details about their new member lounge currently under construction at the Magic Kingdom. Announced this summer, the lounge replaces the Frontierland Shootin' Arcade. Disney previously said it would be inspired by the bygone era of exploration and adventure. We now know what the lounge will be called. It'll be Disney Vacation Club McKim's Mile House, a member lounge. The McKim in there, of course, a reference to legendary Disney artist Sam McKim, who it said it's about exploration. Sam McKim drew, he did a ton of art, but his maps are immortal, his Disney park maps. And so if it's about exploration, a celebration of his map art, I think it's pretty cool. The space will offer a cozy and convenient retreat for members to share stories and recharge during their day of fun, says Disney. Concept art depicts a warm space with tables, chairs, and a stone fireplace. Highlights will include comfortable seating, complimentary soft drinks, a children's entertainment area, Wi-Fi, charging cords available upon request on a first-come, first-served basis. McKim's Mile House is scheduled to open by the summer of 2025. Disney has released the full list of food and beverages that'll be available for the EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays 2024, which will kick off later this month. You can find the full menus at WDWNT.com. The single rider line for Remy's Ratatouille adventure at EPCOT has finally opened. Since the ride first opened to all guests in the expanded France Pavilion 3 years ago, a single rider queue has been visible but unused. Disney recently added seat numbers to the Rat ride vehicle, suggesting the single rider line might open soon. And man, we didn't even have time to give you the story about the numbers before they opened the queue, and opened for the first time on Monday, November 18th, today. The single rider entrance is on the left when approaching the attraction. The Lightning Lane is in the center and the standby on the right. There's a wait time sign above the single rider entrance. It wasn't displaying a time when we visited because there was essentially no wait. The standby line was 45 minutes at that time. The vehicles have signs numbering the seats of each row, 1, 2, or 3. Cast members weren't sure if these are permanent or not, but they're at least a way to make sure they can indicate to people, hey, like one of you guys will be in 1 and you two will be in 1 and 2, and I will have a single rider join you in 3. It'll make it nice and clear for people so they don't try to block the single rider from coming in. You see that all the time. It's always a thing. But of course, Test Track, Expedition Everest, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, and Rock and Roller Coaster are the only other Walt Disney World attractions currently offering single rider queues. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts, the Disney Cruise Line, to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. It'll work again when we have a live audience. Soon, get your tickets at events.wdwnt.com. But book with Be Our Guest Vacations today. It's free. Oga's Cantina in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios has new bites and brews available as of today. There are two new, quote-unquote, real food items. We say that because people often complain there's no real food at Oga's. The new items include the Umbaran cheese roll, a spice-dusted pretzel bun stuffed with a cheese and a dipping sauce. The second dish is the Thruster roasted bantha flatbread. This is non-flatbread topped with spiced chorizo beef and a 4-cheese blend. The first of the new cocktails is the Nacillion and Bubbles with Brewberry Essence. This is Empress 1908 gin, Saint Germain elderflower liqueur, and blueberry lime juice topped with tonic water and garnished with an edible hibiscus flower. The Bloody Rancor with candied meat is Tito's handmade vodka, Ancho Reyes chili liqueur, and house-made Bloody Mary mix garnished with a spicy candied Rancor bacon. It's not actual Rancor, it's probably just pork. The Silop is Del Maguey Vida Mezcal, grapefruit juice, lime juice, agave, and jalapeno with a chili lime seasoned rimmed. And lastly, the Corellian Spike Cold Brew is Maker's Mark Kentucky Straight Bourbon, Joffrey's Coffee Cold Brew, vanilla, brown sugar syrup, and orange bitters topped with purple vanilla ube foam. Jason and Nana went to try this all out. The review may be out by the time you're watching this, maybe shortly after. Either way, the review will be coming your way. We tried it all. The Santa Sulley popcorn bucket, initially announced for the Disneyland Resort, is now available at Walt Disney World. Guests will find it at the popcorn cart near the center of Disney's Hollywood Studios. The bucket comes with popcorn at the time of purchase. There's a limit of 2 per person per transaction. The bucket will be available only while supplies last. The Santa Sulley bucket is $27.25. The bucket is inspired, of course, by Sulley from Monsters, Inc. He wears a red Santa hat and with white trim. Sulley has a toy bag draped over one shoulder, and Mike Wazowski is hiding among the toys in his bag. The Santa Sulley popcorn bucket will be released at Disneyland Resort beginning on November 21st. Disney has announced the new interactive shoulder Banshees will soon debut at Pandora, the world of Avatar, in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Disney's merchandise teams were inspired by how much guests enjoyed the previous version of the shoulder Banshees and sought to add even more details and ways for the toy to connect with the environment of Pandora, the world of Avatar. These new shoulder Banshees will be sold at the Banshee Rookery in Wind Traders, where a naturalist from Alpha Centauri Expeditions will help you connect with one of your own. The new Banshees will come in 4 new colors with unique patterns, including glow-in-the-dark bioluminescence. The new version of the shoulder Banshees will be controlled via a wireless remote. They were wired before, using air pressure, allowing guests to customize their personality by directing their head, mouth, and wing movement, along with authentic sounds provided by Lightstorm Entertainment. And while traveling through Pandora, the Banshees will notice and communicate with other interactive shoulder and the wrist Banshee hatchlings as well. The Banshees will also react to being pet by their owners. And new for this version, guests will also be able to personalize their Banshees with 3 new accessory packs inspired by the clans from the world of Avatar. There will also be a new sling-style carrying case available, making transporting your Banshee easier than ever. And a new display perch will also be released, offering a designated place for your Banshee to rest with mossy, rock-like details and native plant decorations inspired by the natural flora of Pandora. These new shoulder Banshees will be available at Wind Traders in Pandora, the world of Avatar, beginning Thursday, November 21st. I always loved Pandora. I think it was one of the best lands top to bottom. Food and beverage, the rides, the attractions, the entertainment, which a lot is still missing, Disney. Where is it? The other thing was the merchandise. I love the Banshee experience. I think it's very cute when you adopt them. And I think it's just a cool toy. I miss seeing so many people walk around with them on their shoulders. It's such a cool thing. I hope this reignites it a bit, because I always thought it was a really cool and memorable souvenir. The Shades of Green sign at Walt Disney World Resort has been demolished. The sign was located on the corner of Floridian Way and West Magnolia Palm Drive, where there has been ongoing construction for several years as part of road expansions and work near the new Island Tower. Shades of Green is located across from Floridian Way. Shades of Green is located across Floridian Way from Disney's Polynesian Village Resort and the Transportation and Ticket Center. The walkway from Shades of Green to the Polynesian closed due to the construction. It will reopen at some point. The Shades of Green sign was located on the north corner of West Magnolia Palm Drive, but is now, as we said, completely gone. There is mulch behind a short rock wall, the only signs that the sign was ever there. We assume they'll get a new sign at some point, but this is a pretty iconic piece of Walt Disney World. A lot of people drive that road, remember that sign. It's been there for a long time, but now it's gone. During a Q4 2024 earnings call for the Walt Disney Company, Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer Hugh Johnston shared a new outlook on how the opening of Epic Universe could impact Walt Disney World. During the call, Johnston shared that the opening of Epic Universe on May 22, 2025 was modeled into their projected outlook for Disney Parks and Experiences, which anticipates full-year operating income growth for the segment to be in the 6 to 8% range. Specifically, the company anticipates growth in the second half of the year. Per Johnston, the early bookings to vacations at Walt Disney World Resort next summer around the opening of Epic Universe are actually positive. Johnston also indicated that historically other theme parks opening in Florida have been beneficial for Walt Disney World, and in the past, Disney CEO Bob Iger said that the company has been aware of Universal's plans for Epic Universe for more than a decade, with the opening not being of a concern to them. The quarter's revenue for Disney Parks and Experiences was $8.24 billion, up from $8.16 billion in Q4 2023. The Experiences segment had record revenue and operating income for the full year. The Parks division is still seeing a downturn from decreased demand. In Q2, CEO Bob Iger noted that attendance was leveling out post-COVID. In Q3, he warned investors that despite a 2% increase in revenue, operating income had dropped by 3%. Iger cited demand moderation, which they expect will affect the next few quarters. In Q3, they blamed some of the lower demand on lower income consumers feeling greater financial stress and higher income consumers turning to international travel. It was also estimated that Walt Disney World lost $200 million during the closure for Hurricane Milton. So to talk about online discourse, I of course have a whole podcast episode where I rant about Epic Universe and how some people in the internet seem to live in this delusion. There is not a large contingent of people in the world that come to Orlando and don't go to Disney World, or at least the Magic Kingdom, right? Epic Universe can certainly draw lots of people. It is unreasonable to believe those people will go just to Epic Universe and won't go elsewhere. Now, as we've said before, they only come to Orlando for so long, so they have to make choices. So do we think Epic Universe, do I think, I should say, Epic Universe will have adverse effects on some parks? I do believe that. I think for sure Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure will see a hit because people generally will, I think most people slot a day for Universal. And I think the next step is people who slot 2 days for Universal, and they will pick usually between those next two. They may not buy a park hopper necessarily. Do I think some of the ancillary parks at Walt Disney World could see an attendance downturn? It's certainly possible. Animal Kingdom hasn't had anything really new in a while. There's stuff on the horizon soon, but either way, I just don't think it would be many, many, many years from now, many decades from now, and a lot would have to change before anything could open in Orlando that would adversely affect Walt Disney World. That's just not the way. They've been around for 50-something years. It is the established reason for all that is around us is Walt Disney World. And, despite whatever economic downturns or cultural events take place, whatever happens out there in the world, it's still the reason people come to Orlando. If not the primary one, it's always one of them. And it'll always be a thing people do when they come here because it's the thing you do in Orlando. Let's talk about the Disneyland Resort and their holiday celebrations, which kicked off over the weekend. We, of course, were out there for a full week to cover all the festivities as well as the opening of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Please check out our honest review right here on the channel. We also have some great coverage from the media event. They brought back, in a way, Tiana's Showboat Jubilee, a great show from 15 years ago, but with actual Anika Noni Rose and Jennifer Lewis, the actresses who brought to life characters from the film, and also live music from P.J. Morton and many others. So it's the premiere version of that show that has ever existed. I highly recommend giving it a watch. But nonetheless, of course, the holiday offerings kicked off. You get to celebrate Navidad at Disney California Adventure with the Disney Viva Navidad Street Party, at least on the weekends this year. It will be on Saturdays and Sundays throughout the entire season. You can watch that right here on our channel. As well, a Christmas Fantasy Parade is back twice daily at Disneyland Park, albeit with some cuts. Check them out in our video here on the channel as well. Also, It's a Small World Holiday is now open. You can take a virtual ride through. You guessed it, right here on the channel. And also, a holiday version of Storytime with Deadpool premiered at California Adventure on Friday. The Storytime with Deadpool holiday special is in Hollywoodland with new holiday props on the regular Storytime with Deadpool set. And you can watch that on this channel as well. There's also some new shows at DCA, including a musical Christmas with Mariachi Alegría de Disneyland and Miguel. We have the first performance of that available for you, and Mirabel's Gifts of the Season, which debuted back in Paradise Gardens Park. There is so much coverage, and what is to come is, I believe, the longest food review video in WDWNT history. We ate hundreds of new items at Disneyland Resort to the point of getting a little loopy. So make sure you watch that when it comes out. It'll be coming soon. I don't want to rush them too much because it is a lot. It's a lot of video. It's Life Day food, and Tiana's Palace food, Christmas food, Festival of the Holidays, so much. Of course, if you don't want to wait for the video, you could read reviews on our website at WDWNT.com, but so much coverage, too much for me to even mention right here on the show from the holidays at Disneyland Resort. So you got to go check out the website. The courtyard area near the Haunted Mansion has reopened to guests at Disneyland Park, revealing portions of the new expanded queue, as well as newly added props and decor. Construction walls came down around the area outside the Haunted Mansion's entrance, revealing the new courtyard. Just behind the current entrance is where it breaks off into the new queue. Of course, that's not open yet. But a cemetery-style floral planter is built into the brick wall. From the Disneyland Railroad Station in New Orleans Square, which just opened over the weekend, the new queue structures are visible, including a small wrought iron gazebo. The area by the small gazebo is unblocked, allowing for a peek inside. You can see there's all sorts of propping, including a safe. We couldn't make out what's on it, but this queue looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. That Haunted Mansion queue is undergoing a transformation, and currently Haunted Mansion Holiday is operating with a virtual queue. The expanded grounds queue will still include the Pet Cemetery and the hearse. Those are both visible now. There's lots of new statues we spotted too. There's some new Raven statues and a Griffin. But the new gardens will be inspired by Master Gracie, Madame Leota, and the One-Eyed Cat, and each will have unique elements like a water fountain, a gazebo, a statuary, and a greenhouse. No mention of that safe. I'm so curious who the safe is related to. I can't wait to see this queue. Don't know when it's going to be, but hopefully soon. Cast members have officially been named the godparents of the new Disney Treasure cruise ship. As part of tradition, each ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet has a godparent, an honorary role that is often filled by an individual. The Disney Wish changed that a little bit by naming all of the Make-A-Wish recipient children as the godparents. Disney Cruise Line stated that the honorary role of godparent of the Disney Treasure will be held by the Walt Disney Company's cast members, crew, Imagineers, and employees around the world. Bob Iger made the following statement: "At the core of everything we do at Disney are the dedicated cast members and employees who create the magic that brings joy to millions of people around the globe. That's why we are proud to honor all Disney employees as the godparents of the Disney Treasure. This is our way of paying tribute to the dreamers and doers who continue to tell our stories in the most compelling and innovative ways." The godparents of the other ships in the Disney Cruise Line fleet are the Disney Magic is Patricia Disney, the Disney Wonder is Tinkerbell and Mickey Mouse, the Disney Dream is Jennifer Hudson, the Disney Fantasy is Mariah Carey, and the Disney Wish is the Make-A-Wish children of the world. Of course, Disney Treasure coverage is beginning this week. We are leaving tomorrow for New York City. I'm going home. Back to New York, where they are having the christening of the ship. They're going to live stream that on Tuesday evening. And then on Wednesday, I think I'm allowed to say this now, we are getting a tour of the ship. We're going to give you your first look inside the Haunted Mansion parlor bar and so much more. So stay tuned for lots of coverage this week as we begin our 3 journeys on board the Disney Treasure. It's going to be a busy month, folks. You've heard us talking about renting DVC points through our friends at DVCRentalStore.com. Well, if you've rented points and have gotten a taste of the vacation club lifestyle of a Walt Disney World vacation. You might be thinking it's time to jump in and join the club, but did you know you don't have to pay the price Disney charges? You can save thousands of dollars when you buy resale contracts. Contact our friends at DVC Resale Market to find out how much you can save. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/WDWNT for more information. This is, in fact, how we joined. I bought the Polynesian through resale, through this company, and that's how we booked the Island Tower. Not that I recommend the Island Tower, but that's why we're staying there on opening night, because we have our early booking window by buying a resale contract. Disneyland Paris has announced that Agatha Harkness will soon be coming to Avengers Campus, joining a previously announced new show starring Doctor Strange. Revealed on the official Instagram account for Disneyland Paris, Agatha will join Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch in the new nighttime show, Doctor Strange, Mystery of the Mystics, at Walt Disney Studios Park. The show will debut on November 23rd. The new show will take place on the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, or WEB, building through the spring of 2025. Doctor Strange, Mystery of the Mystics will combine projections, music, and other special effects to bring an all-new storyline to life. The holidays are coming to the world of Frozen for the first time since the land opened at Hong Kong Disneyland, and Disney released a guide to everything you can experience in this area. We previously got a first look at what it might look like earlier this year, but now decorations have been added to represent snow falling in Arendelle, created by Elsa's Ice Magic. Christmas garlands, snow-capped trees, and snow geese are dotted across the land, and cast members will be outfitted with new festive winter attire. Carolers will also spread cheer throughout the kingdom, and new larger decorations will debut, including a sleigh full of presents from Olaf delivering a Yule bell to Arendelle Castle. By Frozen Ever After, a music box displays Anna and Elsa's ice skating memories, and new melodies can also be heard before the clock tower chimes. A new Magic AR feature on the Hong Kong Disneyland mobile app will create a snowy display of Elsa's ice magic. A new Arendelle festive Christmas combo meal will be served at the Golden Crocus Inn, featuring a steak skillet, salad, and dessert. And Northern Delights will offer a new Olaf soft serve and Olaf hot chocolate, as well as the Elsa Yuzu chocolate cupcake to celebrate her winter birthday. Anna and Elsa meet and greets will be offered during the holiday season. They'll be dressed in holiday attire, first seen in the Walt Disney Animation Studios short Olaf's Frozen Adventure. And a new collection of merchandise will be sold at TikTok Toys and Collectibles, celebrating the seasonal event and the first anniversary of World of Frozen. Merchandise includes a Snowgy vest, a Bruni headband, a buildable Olaf plush, Snowgy wreath tumblers, mini ear headband, a tote bag, a spirit jersey, banners, desk clock, mugs, charms, Olaf stockings, and more. There's also a commemorative Jingle bell for the anniversary. Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel will debut a Sparkle All the Way Frozen suite with festive Arendellian Christmas decorations and theming. The hotel will also offer guests the chance to craft an enchanted Frozen mosaic night lamp and experience a Frozen-themed starlight picnic. I love this land, building more to it, and a seasonal overlay. It's very exciting. It's already one of my favorite lands in the world. They did such a great job, and I'm very sad I do not have time to go see this, but hopefully some of you get to see it. Let me know how it is if you go. I'd love to hear about it. Vanellope von Schweetz is taking center stage for the next Disney Pal-Palooza event at Tokyo Disney Resort called Vanellope Sweet Pop World. Disney Pal-Palooza Vanellope Sweet Pop World will run January 15th through March 26th of 2025. Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph will reimagine Tokyo Disneyland as a world of sweets. This is the third Disney Pal-Palooza event following Minnie's Funderland and Donald's Quacky Duck City in early 2024. Man, do I miss that event. It was a good time. The Mickey-shaped flower bed at the entrance of Tokyo Disneyland will resemble a piece of candy with colorful swirls. And inside World Bazaar will be pink and mint green archways. In the center is a photo op with Vanellope in a larger-than-life sundae, including cookies, a donut, and a cherry on top. The flower bed in front of Cinderella Castle will include a welcome sign, lollipops, and Chippendale decorations. A new daytime parade will host 6 floats and feature Vanellope, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Cinderella, Rapunzel, Belle, Alice, the Mad Hatter, Winnie the Pooh, and more characters, and Vanellope will ride on a candy castle. Mickey will be on a fruit tart stage with a rock band playing candy instruments, and a gallery float of candy-inspired artworks will feature Minnie Mouse and Daisy Duck as tour guides. The parade will be approximately 35 minutes with 3 show stops in Westernland, the Cinderella Castle Plaza, and Tomorrowland, and it'll be performed once per day. And it wouldn't be a sweets-themed party without some actual sweets. Plaza Pavilion Restaurant, the Sweetheart Cafe, and Refreshment Corner will all be decorated for the event, and they'll have special menus starting early on December 26th of 2024. Vanellope Sweet Pop World merchandise will be available starting January 14th. Sweet-inspired items include bags, headbands, and other accessories. And during Vanellope Sweet Pop World event, guests can approach cast members holding a special bucket near World Bazaar or the Castle forecourt and say, "Happy Pal-Palooza," and they'll receive a gift of candy. The Disney Ambassador Hotel will offer rooms themed to the event with decorations like a waffle bedspread and lollipop wall art. And at Tokyo Disneyland, guests can enjoy a variety of augmented reality experiences, bringing the Sweet Pop world to life. And the Disney Resort Line monorail will have a Vanellope-inspired monorail pass and souvenir medallions available as well. The Country Bear Holiday Special, the Jingle Bell Jamboree, has returned to Tokyo Disneyland after a 5-year absence. It's running from November 8th all the way to January 13th of 2025 at the Country Bear Theater. The Country Bear Holiday Show debuted first at Disneyland and Walt Disney World back in 1984 as the Country Bear Christmas Special. In 1988, it came to Tokyo Disneyland. The U.S. parks did retire that overlay in Disneyland in 2000. It was retired several years later at Walt Disney World, but it continued at Tokyo Disneyland each winter until 2019. You can watch a video of it right here on our channel. It is a wonderful show. I love it dearly. I miss it. I wish I could be out there for this too. But alas, we have 40 other media events to handle here in the U.S., so I'll be doing those instead. A brand new Duffy and Friends event will begin in January at Tokyo Disney Resort. It's Duffy and Friends Wonderful Kitchen. It'll mark the first meet and greets for Duffy, Friends, LinaBell, and CookieAnn at Tokyo Disney. Duffy and Friends Wonderful Kitchen will run from January 15th through March 31st. Key art for the event features LinaBell, Duffy, CookieAnn, and Gelatoni gathered around a tall stack of pancakes. The kitchen-themed event will, of course, have special menu items. Miguel's El Dorado Cantina in Tokyo Disney Sea will be decorated to become the Wonderful Kitchen. Guests will need a Disney mobile order to enter the restaurant during the event. If you're wondering why that's necessary, because people love Duffy and Friends, and if you don't force people to order something to eat in there, they will just come in and take photos all day, and no one will be able to actually eat. But nonetheless, the restaurant will serve 2 meals inspired by Duffy. That Duffy curry is so cute. Special merchandise includes a bag inspired by CookieAnn's pancake creation. A CookieAnn headband features a pancake-inspired beret. Beaded strap accessories will feature mystery characters. There will be a full-size plush and plush badges of each character in their wonderful kitchen attire. LinaBell and CookieAnn will have meet and greets in the American waterfront area. From January 15th to February 24th, you can meet LinaBell, and from February 25th through March 31st, you can meet CookieAnn. The Disney Resort Line monorail will offer Duffy and Friends Wonderful Kitchen-themed passes at ticket vending machines, and Disney Resort Line souvenir medallions will also be available. Very cute event at Tokyo Disney Sea and beyond. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all of our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.